Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to explore the fascinating world of fractions and decimals. What are fractions? What are decimals? We have covered both topics before in separate videos. You can review them by following the links in the description below. Today we shall compare both topics, fraction versus decimals. Welcome once again to Decimal Learning Series. Fractions and decimals are two ways of representing parts of a whole. Here is a scale balancing 1/2 on one pan and 0.5 on the other. By the end, you will understand how they work and their real-life applications. Fractions versus decimals. Fractions use numerators and denominators written as numerator upon denominator, whereas decimals use place values like tens, hundreds, and so on. Fractions represent part of a whole and are written as a by b, where a is the numerator and b is the denominator. Decimals represent parts of a whole written with a decimal point to show parts of a whole. Example 0.5. Decimals are another way to represent fractions with denominators of 10, 100 and so on. Example 0.5 is same as 1 by 2 and 0.75 is same as 3 by 4. Fractions are useful for dividing things into equal parts like recipes or sharing, whereas decimals are perfect for precise calculations like money, measurements and scientific data. Here is a Venn diagram that we are going to use to compare the unique properties of fractions and decimals as well as the properties they share in common. You can pause the video and write all the properties in your notebook. Here are the properties. Left side fractions, right side decimals. And the properties they share in common are both represent parts of a whole, both can be placed on number lines, both are used in mathematical calculations, and both can be converted to each other. That is, every decimal can be written as a fraction and vice versa. Here is a comparative study of number line for fractions and number line for decimals. This is for fraction. We have marked from 0 to 1. 5 divisions after 0 is half and 1 by 4 is 2.5 divisions from 0. Same way, 2.5 divisions before 1 is 3 by 4. In the case of decimals, we can mark like this: 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 and 1. Now this is when we are taking from 0 to 1. Instead, if you have a line like this, in fractions we will represent like this, and in decimals we write it like this: 0.5 to 0.7. Dividing the interval between 50 by 100 and 60 by 100 into 10 equal parts means that each part is 1 by 100 units apart. Each part will represent an increment of 1 by 100. And in the case of a decimal number line, dividing the interval between 0.5 and 0.6 into 10 equal parts means that each part is 0.01 units apart. Converting fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions using place value chart. Write 2345.678 in place value table. So first of all, you have to draw the table. Mark ones, tens, hundreds, thousands on the left and tens, hundreds and thousands on the right, and mark them accordingly. The decimal point will be just before tens and after ones. Next question, you have to write the same number in expanded form. This is how you write it in expanded form. Convert 13.6 to fraction. Any idea how to do it? 6 is in the tens place. So the answer is going to be 136 upon 10. Next question, write 43.65 as a fraction. 6 is in the tens place, 5 is in the hundreds place, and 3 in ones place and 4 in the tens place. So the answer will be 4365 upon 100. Next question, you have to write this as a decimal. So this is going to be 304.7. Next question, you have to convert 89 upon 1000 to decimal. See the place value chart, 0.089. 62 upon 100, see the place value chart, 0.62. And the last question, convert 7 upon 10 to decimal, 7 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.7. Fractions versus decimals. Let us take some examples. Fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions. So first of all, convert fractions to decimal. Remember, for fractions with denominators 2, 5, 4, 8, you have to remember this table so it becomes easy for you to do the calculations. The first question I shall take. Convert 3 by 4 to decimals. Now to convert 3 by 4 to decimals, you can see the video on equivalent fractions. 3 by 4, to make the denominator 100, you may multiply the numerator by 25 and denominator by 25, and we get 75 by 100, which is 0.75. Take an example of decimals. Convert decimals to fractions. 0.6 is equal to 6 upon 10. Divide the numerator by 2 and denominator also by 2, and so we get 3 by 5. One more example, 0.125. 125 upon 1000, and you have to simplify this by dividing the numerator by 125 and 1000 also by 125, which will give you 1 upon 8. Here are some questions. Decimal conversion of money matters. 1 rupee is 100 paise, 1 USD is 100 cents, 1 Singapore dollar is 100 cents, and 1 pound is 100 pence. So let us do some questions based on this. Convert paise to rupees using decimals. Convert 550 paise to rupees. So you know that 1 rupee is 100 paise, so you have to divide it by 100 and we get rupees 5.50. If you have 2870 paise, how many rupees do you have? Divide that by 100 and you get rupees 28.70. Now let us do some questions on dollars. Convert cents to dollars using decimals. Convert 250 cents to dollars. So here again you have to divide it by 100 cents. So we get here $2.50. If you have 1345 cents, how many dollars do you have? Same way, divide by 100 and you get $13.45. Now the last part, 1 pound is equal to 100 pence. So convert pence to pounds using decimals. Convert 780 pence to pounds. So as before, divide this by 100 and you get 7.80 pounds. This is the notation for pounds. If you have 1532 pence, how many pounds do you have? Divide 1532 pence by 100 and you get 15.32 pounds. Let's do a quick recap of what we have covered so far. Express the shaded portion in 3 different ways. Here, 3 rectangles are shaded green out of 10. So the answer is 3 upon 10 or 3 tenths and 0.3. Next question. Here is a square in which there are 100 squares, out of which 12 are shaded green. So the answer is 12 by 100, 12 hundredths and 0.12. You can try this one. Write in decimals 13 mm. It is 1.3 centimeters. 4 meters and 30 centimeters is 4.30 meters. 7 meters and 3 centimeters is 7.03 meters. Because 7 meters is 700 centimeters and 700 plus 3 is 703. Write 325 tenths in decimals and fractions. It is 325 upon 10, that's equal to 32.5. That's all in this video. Fractions and decimals aren't competitors, they are teammates helping us to solve problems in different situations. By mastering both, you are gaining versatile skills that can be applied in real life scenarios from cooking recipes to managing finances. Thank you for joining this lesson. Remember to subscribe for more fun math lessons and stay tuned for my next video, Grade 6, Paper 2, and continue our journey through decimals. Happy learning and see you next time.